Hi, and welcome to sixth grade life choices for fourth quarter. Obviously, this is a little different than we would normally do it, but we'll have to make do with the situation that's going on. A couple of big points that I want to talk about before we get class started over the next period of possibly 8 weeks until we come back to school, if we come back to school, is that most of what we will be doing at home takes place on Google Classroom. I sent out invitations to you all, which it looks like all of you joined, which is fantastic. I will be posting all of your work on there along with the schedule that we'll be doing, a syllabus which kind of explains the class a little bit. All of that stuff will be posted on Google Classroom. So if you're looking for where things are, go back to that site that I sent you the invitation to. Everything will be on there. If you do not have access to it, make sure that you contact me by email. The code for it is you go to Google Classroom, click on the plus button in the top right hand corner. The code is YROA6Y6. And again, I think most of you have joined that, so we don't have to worry about that too much. But if you need to re-access it, there is the code. The first big thing is that I will post on there is your virtual learning calendar. Okay, this calendar goes from April 14th, which is tomorrow, until June 4th. So we've planned for 8 weeks of virtual learning. Hopefully we don't have to go that far, but in case we do, everything is planned out. Okay, on that schedule, you just have to find the day of the week that it is, and it tells you exactly what you need to do. Okay, so I'm looking at the schedule right now. An example would be on April 14th, which will be tomorrow, Tuesday, the first day after spring break. It says the class introduction and setup video, which is what you are watching now, is your work for that day. Okay, if we go to April 15th, it says we start the exploring our personality through creative writing, introduction and workday. So what will happen is I will post your assignment online, and I will also post a video that kind of explains what I want you to do. Okay, it then says you has a couple of work days, and it is due on April 20th at 11:59 p.m. on Google Classroom, which you turn it back in on. So it's all relatively simple stuff. However, if you do have a question, again, please email me. I usually respond to emails within an hour. I have it on my phone, so it goes pretty quick. A couple of other big points. Again, just make sure you're following the days on the calendar. It tells you exactly what you need to do, and I will have all of your work posted for that day on Google Classroom for you. Fourth quarter will be pass-fail, which means you will not necessarily receive an A, B, C, D, F letter grade, but whether or not pass or fail depending on the work that you turn in, which means turn your work in, please. Okay? If you have problems turning your work in, you don't have access to internet, any of that kind of stuff, please let me know so we can work out at the school and make sure that we get you the work you need. Okay? All work will be completed on Google Classroom. That is the easiest way to do it. Of course, if you don't have access to internet, we'll work out kind of a mail system that the school has set up, but Google Classroom is the easiest way to hand things out and then turn them back in. So make sure you're doing that. Again, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'm available via email to answer your questions. If you are not understanding what's happening and my emails aren't answering your questions, we can set up an individual kind of that either using Google Video or Zoom or FaceTime, any of those types of things to kind of one-on-one and have a conversation, but you need to let me know if you need that. Along with each assignment, I will post a video that kind of explains like this, because I know that sometimes I read things and it doesn't necessarily make sense, so someone explaining it to me helps a lot. So I will also do that with every assignment that I hand out. So for example, the first assignment, you will be writing kind of a personal poem. I will probably give you an example along with that and give you some instructions that I normally give in class to help you out. Then if that doesn't give you enough information, please either email or ask to Zoom, FaceTime, etc. with me, and I will make sure that you have the information that you need. Work that I hand out will have the due date attached to it. So for example, if I say on May 14th you have an assignment due, it is due May 14th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, that way it gives everybody the ample amount of time. Say you have siblings at home and they also have work to do. It gives you time to work around them as well. I understand that the situation is a little different, so I'm being super flexible as far as when things are due. If you have issues with that, please, again, contact me. If you just turn something in 2 days late and don't say anything about it to me, it goes in as 2 days late. But if you have something that came up, or I'm willing to be flexible, but you need to talk to me. Okay. As far as assignments go, I have it set up so that if you work 20 to 25 minutes a day on the stuff that I give out, you will easily accomplish everything that I have for you. Okay, so all I'm asking of you is 20 to 25 minutes of your time a day, and you should easily accomplish the projects that I give to you. Your assessments will be turned in on Google Classroom. Normally, this is a project-based class, which means that all of your stuff gets turned into me in class. Everything's based on projects. We're doing it a little different, okay? I can't physically collect your projects over the internet, so I've kind of modified the assignments a little bit so that things can be turned in on Google Classroom, and I can give you the grade that you deserve for them. For example, rather than making a poster, we may have to use Google Slides or PowerPoint in order to create something that looks similar, that I can still give you a grade on and presents all the information that you have learned from that unit. Okay? As far as points to cover, that's really all about I have for 6th grade. It's an Explo class. It's project-based normally. So we're going to have to work together to kind of figure this out. If you do have questions, again, like I said, contact me at email. That's going to be stensvin@markazan.k12.wi.us. Okay. Also, if you just use your school email, type my name in, it'll come up in the registry. If you need time to Zoom or FaceTime because you don't understand what's happening, please make sure you set that up with me. Sometimes, even in class, students will have questions on a project. They don't understand what's supposed to be happening, and they'll just not ask. Okay, that can't happen, especially now. So I need you to make sure you are asking questions if you don't understand what's going on. That way we can be sure to communicate during this difficult time. Okay. On your calendar, one thing I want to touch on last year is on so for example, April 16th and 17th, it says a work day. Okay, so what that means is it gives you 20 to 25 minutes that day to work on the project that you have already started. Okay, so don't get confused when it says work day and think that there's something that I handed out that's different. So if you're doing the poem that you started on the 15th, make sure that you're working on that for 20 to 25 minutes on the 16th and 17th too. That way you can turn it in on April 20th like it says on that calendar. So again, checking the calendar every day to see what you have to do. Okay, if that doesn't make sense to you, again, email me, ask a question, okay, or set up any of those meeting options that we have. If you have questions about anything that I have covered so far, if I didn't cover something that you think you have a question about, please don't hesitate to contact me either via Google Classroom or email. I am available. That being said, this is your work for April 14th. So you really don't have anything else to do today. I just wanted you to watch this video and kind of get a feel for how class is going to work. Google Classroom, super, super important for what we're doing right now. Okay, so make sure you are checking that and your emails for not only my class, but also your other teachers' classes. Okay? With that being said, make sure you stay healthy. You'll see my next video coming out very soon, probably tomorrow. Have a good day.